About 2 years ago, I decided to design and build a new house, starting from scratch with 2/3 of an acre of bare dirt. Since then, a lot has happened. Let's do a quick review of the design, and then I'll fill you in on the latest construction updates, including the foundation work, rough framing, HVAC, and what we're doing next.
Project overview.
The project is a single-family residence designed by an amateur architect. The hardest part of designing a building for me was starting. There were just too many possibilities, and pre-drawn house plans didn't fit the site. But as soon as I started to design around the site and what I wanted out of the building, it became more straightforward. Thinking in terms of constraints really narrowed down the infinite possibilities in designing a house. The shape of it started to take form naturally. I took design cues from the site. Which way is the view? What direction is the sun in? Do we want the building to act as a windbreak or a privacy wall to separate the land from the main road? Did I want the building to be accessible for folks with disabilities, or at least easy to modify for aging in place? After all, a forever home is the one you plan to grow old in. How does the land slope? How energy efficient do we want the house to be? All of these questions really helped guide the design. And that's about it for this project overview. Next, let's look at some actual construction.
Construction updates.
We made great progress this year. We poured the foundation. We poured reinforced concrete footings at the frost line, which is 2 feet below the finished grade. The concrete was one of the most expensive parts, given the tall basement walls I wanted, and the price of concrete, which is still crazy. Besides the daylight basement portion of the foundation, the rest of the house is on a crawl space, which will be encapsulated with a plastic air barrier and spray foam insulation. We got most of the lot grading done and built one of the lot line drainage swales required by the city. This was a lot of work. Luckily, I had some help from some friends.
You got your own personal compactor. That's nice. Whew.
Stomp her down, Brosini.
Nice work, guys. Thanks for the help.
We got our plumbing roughed in.
Oh, yeah.
So any plumbing that needs to go under the basement floor slab or in the crawl space is finished and has passed inspection.
Nice.
We also finished the rough framing, so all of the wood walls, floor sheathing, and structural roof are done.
What a stud.
And we made great progress on our HVAC, which I'm going to go over next in more detail.
Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning.
I got a third party to do a more detailed load calculation, which indicated a larger system. So I ended up rerunning the duct design and calculations, which upsized the system from a 14-inch at the largest part, the main trunk, up to a 16-inch main trunk. Now, it was already super tight fit to put 14-inch round ductwork in my 20-inch open web floor trusses, but with the move to 16-inch ductwork, we had to create a drop ceiling area over the laundry and mechanical rooms in the basement. This is a spot where having high ceilings in your basement came in handy. It turns out it is a ton of work to hang all new duct, cut in the floor vent registers, and fabricate sheet metal plenums and returns. For the ductwork, I wanted to do it the right way, installing what is considered to be the Cadillac of duct systems, round metal ducts. Round metal ductwork is the most efficient from a friction perspective and is also very durable. But to save some of the effort, I did use some flexible duct in the easier to replace areas for the final connections between the main trunk duct and the steel register boots. I did at least put steel elbows on the registers before connecting the flex duct. Our goal for the end of this year is to get the house dried in. That is, we want to have the exterior building envelope finished. This protects the structure from rain, snow, UV rays, and allows us to lock the place up when we leave. And that's where we're at today. The next things we're working on is getting a standing seam steel metal roof installed, along with some exterior foam insulation that goes on the roof and the exterior walls, and getting ready for the exterior siding. After I finish the HVAC work, I'm going to shift my focus to electrical and finish plumbing. And that's about it for this update. Thanks for joining to share in the progress on this incredibly difficult but rewarding project. Let me know if you're interested in more detail on any particular aspect of the build. Thank you.